Hey, what's going on everyone? In today's video I want to show you what I found exploring another one of Elden Ring's secret maps. This one is in Shadowview, one of the most beautiful areas in Elden Ring. So in order to get to this area you first have to get an emote called Oh Mother near this tree from the Bonnie Village side of Grace. And this area is part of an entire side quest that takes a little while, and part of that side quest is getting to this area. And if you want to see the full guide on how I did this in order to get the Sword of Night and a lot of other goodies, then you can check this video out right here. But this is just how to get to Shadowview. Travel to the District High Road and follow the path until you find this doorway leading into a dungeon. You're going to be forced off your horse eventually. And once you get up to this final area, you have to jump these rooftops to the other side. Just follow what I do. Once you get to this rooftop, there's a strong enemy. I thought about sneaking past him, but I wanted to take a risk, so I destroyed him and moved on. You can sneak past him if you want, it's your choice. But keep going this way, then drop down into the building. Then jump here and drop down. There'll be two guards. Let the first one pass through, then run through the next door, down the hall, and turn left through this door to the lift. You see that ladder? It's a big one, so climb all the way atop. And from this point on, I wouldn't really recommend fighting anyone. Just keep going through the library and jump outside and take the stairs up to the next site of grace. Hop in the elevator and it'll take you up further. Turn left, then right again, up the next ladder. Travel the path, then drop down to this gear-looking platform, run and jump across, then drop down into the library. Go outside and to the right where there's another lift that'll take you down. Go further down to another lift. Go into the door on the right of the side of Grace, and this is where that Oh Mother emote comes in handy. Use it in front of the statue and it will take you to the most beautiful area in the DLC. So, firstly, when you enter, you're going to see two tree sentinels. You don't have to kill them, but it was pretty fun fighting them again. They were pretty easy since we had such a hard time fighting them in the original Elden Ring game. But before you go anywhere, before you pass them to get to the other area, there's a hill up to the right. And it's called Shaman Village, another beautiful area lit up with all kinds of ethereal lights. I said to myself, there has to be something up here. As a matter of fact, this might be the best part of the items that you can attain here. Aside from the minor Erdtree, which is just a consumable, it continuously heals allies within the area. But what you really want is this golden braid. You see that tree over there? If you go up the hill and make a right, it'll be hidden within the stump of this tree held by a dead NPC. This boosts holy damage negation by 22%. Now, if you haven't been to the Abyssal Woods, or if you haven't fought any enemies that deal holy damage, it's pretty annoying. All enemies deal all kinds of damages depending on the type, fire, bleed, whatever. But it's always good to have something that resists that. And the golden braid resists 22% of that, which is awesome. I wish I would have had this before I fought the high priest to get into the Abyssal Woods, but it's all good. I got it now. and I'll be using it probably in NG Plus or something else. I thought that the Abyssal Woods had more rewards than this area because it seems like there's not much here in Hinterland, right? But when I did go get the golden braid, I'm like, there has to be more to Shaman Village. So I went to the back and there's an area where you can scale the mountain. It's actually a secret hidden path that leads to another area. And this is crazy because it actually made me regret choosing the Sword of Night for a second. Because if you see right here, once you drop in this building, it takes you to a whole different place. Do you remember this character, Anna, when you got invaded right before the Mother of Fingers boss fight? This is a puppet of Anna, and you can actually use this to get an Ash of War that summons both 𝐿den and Anna at the same time. But the kick is that you cannot give 𝐿den, or 𝐿den, however it's pronounced, the Iris of Occultation, because the Iris of Occultation gives you the Sword of Night. If you would give her the Iris of Grace, then you get her Ash of War, which would summon her. So then you would have to bring it over here, summon that Ash of War in front of Anna in order to infuse both of them so that you can get an Ash of War to summon both Anna and 𝐿den. It's crazy. So in my NG Plus playthrough, I'm going to do this so I can get this Ash of War. Can you imagine the Sword of Night and the Claws of Night fighting alongside you? Anyways, let's get past here because that's not what this video is about. When you drop down, you'll notice Rebaath's bell bearing. If you didn't know, bell bearings are what you could turn into the twins over at the round table in order to have a permanent shop wherein you could purchase certain items exclusive to whatever bell bearing it is. So for this, you get Rebaath's bell bearing. And check this out, if you drop down even more, open his chest, you'll get Rebaath's cannon, which shoots out his great bolts that have 150 magic damage. Now, magic damage hurts enemies of all kinds, but it specifically damages enemies that have like heavy armored gear, and you can use incantations to increase this damage even more, and spells. Look at this thing. It scales with strength and dexterity, so you don't even need intelligence to shoot magic. That's the crazy thing about this. You can have a dexterity build or a strength build with no intelligence but use a magic cannon that shoots out 150 magic damage. It requires somber smithing stones to upgrade fully, and the footage that you see right here isn't even maxed out. I don't have a somber dragon smithing stone yet, but once I do, it's going to be even crazy. And by the way, you can use any kind of great bolt in this cannon, but the fact that you can use a magic in this cannon is crazy. So there's not much known about Rebaath himself. It seems to be somewhere he lived, and it's an area called Rebaath's Rise, and it's an abandoned mysterious location filled with the remnants of past battles and secrets. And the tower is guarded by a lot of enemies, so I'm assuming you can get to it from another area via another path, but you see how I got here from Shaman Village. And this is one of the highlights of this secret area known as Shadowview. I think it's the best item so far. What do you think? If you go down the hill, there's going to be a side of grace. This side of grace leads to the Finger Ruins. And these enemies in this area, they make my skin crawl. Just look at how they are designed. They're like snakes with mouths that go downward, and they're just long and They cast spells, and the crazy thing that they do, grab you and put you in their mouth and just destroy your brain. I don't know what that is. Anyways, they're not hard to kill. They just look pretty intimidating. They also have fingers running around here everywhere. Matter of fact, that's the other thing that I want to tell you about. It's a finger ashes. Now, to be honest, I thought this was going to be a lot better than it is. I thought I was going to get the giant finger that you see right here. You see the giant finger right there? I thought I was going to get that, but no, you get the little baby one. It's an Ash of War, and you can summon it, and it pretty much doesn't do much. I don't know what I'm missing. Maybe I got the wrong one. I don't know. But here's how you get there. If you go into the Finger Ruins, it's towards the middle of the map a little bit, and you'll see a crevice that leads down into a cave. And be careful because a huge finger spawns from underground, but the finger ashes is right there in front of him. You can go ahead and grab that and run away, because killing this finger mini boss doesn't give you anything. I guess he's just the gatekeeper for the ashes that's sitting there on the ground. So you can either leave out of the tunnel from the opposite way or fast travel back to the side of grace at the top of the hill. If you do that, then start traveling to the left. Then in this area right here, you'll see a remembrance shrine. And this is what I was talking about from my previous video. Remember I told you I fought 𝐦𝐸dra, the Lord of Frenzied Flame. and he gives you his remembrance. When you take it to the round table and turn it in, you have two choices. You could either get the great sword or a spell. And usually I like to get the great swords and the weapons. I normally don't play intelligence builds, but I want to. And this has given me the opportunity to do so. So this shrine, it allows you to replicate any remembrance one time every now and then. I don't know what the cycle is, but you can do this, and whatever boss that you killed before, it'll give you a choice to get whatever remembrance you want based on what boss you killed. And what I did on accident before was when I killed R'hllana, I consumed it and got runes by accident, and I never got her weapons. So I was able to replicate that and get it back again. Now I have R'hllana's weapons. So it's pretty cool. As far as everything else in this map, I scoured the area. I went all the way around to see if there were any hidden caves or dungeons that I can find and explore, but there's nothing. The only thing is this area in the middle where that side quest that you do for Ymir to get the Sword of Night, the video I was referring you to in the beginning of how to get here. If you follow that guide, then it'll tell you how to get another talisman that's pretty strong, but you can only get it by doing this quest line. Anyways, that'll do it for this guide. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below. And if it helped you out in any way, like the video. Also subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you in the next one. Be right out.